Welcome to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
And I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
Good to see you again.
Yes, have a great show ahead of us.
Yeah, we have a very, very interesting guest.
Talented young lady.
All the way from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, by way of Michigan.
To share some things with our community here in Indianapolis. She's a professional hairstylist.
Mm-hmm.
She's worked for numerous Hollywood stars.
Right.
One of our own,
Vivica Fox.
she has worked with and is working with, and a personal friend of Vivica Fox. And we looked at some of the hairstyles that she's been responsible for. Incredible.
And some of the garments that she's responsible for.
And that's new.
Yeah. It's a new twist on fashion that she's bringing out, and I think it's going to, from what I've seen, I think it's going to be an amazing awakening for the fashion world.
Yeah, and her talent and gifting is just sweeping across America. She's getting ready to go to Paris.
Right.
And, Dr. Moore, we talk about the 7 societal mind molders,
right,
or 7 societal influences. And I think this area would probably fall right there in arts and entertainment.
And she's, and her work illustrates that.
Yeah.
She's a very shy lady, too. She's very shy, little girl, and we're going to see what she's got to say. We're going to pull some good things out of her.
Yeah, with incredible testimony.
Right, beautiful young lady, yeah.
And we want you to stay tuned right here on WHMB Channel 40. If you missed this show, or you've missed some of the other shows, you can go to our YouTube channel, and you can look at this show as well as others that have been broadcast. Tell your friends and family that we're on the air. We're here with Precious Brown on today. You're going to learn a lot. Tell the ladies especially that they're going to get some information from this young lady that is just incredible.
Yeah, she's a rising star, and I'm grateful that she's allowed us to sit down and talk with her today.
Yeah. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. I'm James Jackson.
I'm Pastor Wayne Moore.
And Dr. Moore, we have the beautiful Precious Brown.
Hello. Thank y'all.
Thanks for coming so far.
Amen.
Yeah, all the way from Dallas, Texas.
Yes.
Just to be on this show.
Just to be on this show.
That's phenomenal.
This fabulous show at that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Just not a show.
A show is fabulous.
Show.
Thank you,
Yes.
Precious. Thank you so much.
Well, tell us about your journey a little bit. You're a professional hairstylist, and now you're into fashion.
Yes. I've been doing hair since I was 15. God has been amazing in that. That wasn't my journey, though. I started off going to college for architecture, and my mom was dying of cancer. And she told me to make wigs and create wigs that didn't look wiggery. And I stuck to it, and I wound up achieving that. And 5 years ago, I had a tumor behind my eye, and I had to have a lot of surgery. My last surgery was just 6 months ago, and I had a talk with God, and I told him that fashion was always one of my #1 things. And I asked him, was it all right if I could do it? And he said, if you can see, you can achieve. So I made that my motto. If I could dream it, I can achieve it. And I've been staying on board, and it's been a blessing. I've done the Black Expo, New York Fashion Week. I'm on my way to Paris. I just got home from Germany 3 days ago. It's just a blessing. I've been doing a lot of amazing shows everywhere. And it's only 5 months old. So
Wow.
I'm very thankful.
Wow. That's phenomenal. 5 months.
And you're
5
wearing
months.
something
Yes,
here
that I've
that
made.
you've made.
Yes.
Talk to us, because this is a very unique fashion.
Thank you. Everybody does a lot of buying materials and things like that, and I asked God what was the first thing that I needed to do to step out and be unique and different. And he showed me that crocheting was a good way to do it. So I did it, not thinking too much of it, didn't think it was going to get as much love as it's been getting. And like I said, I'm just totally amazed and happy for all of the gifts that I've been granted with.
Precious, how long have you been crocheting?
Truthfully, not that long.
Really?
Really, yeah.
You started crocheting. You've been to Germany. You've been to New York.
5
I'm
months.
from New York.
From New York.
Yes,
but
I'm originally from New York.
5 months. You've been in places that only people dream of going.
Amen.
And now you're on your way
To
Paris.
Paris.
You're going to see the Eiffel Tower and the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Amen.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
All on crocheting.
Crocheting.
Isn't that amazing?
So you're not going there for your ability to do hair, but you're.
I've linked it all together
linked it
now.
all
Oh, you
Yeah,
merged.
so
Talk to us
now I
about that.
do. I've already made customized wigs, and I just started a bun line. It's called Buns Are Us, and I make everything to go with every outfit. If it's not hats or gloves, or it's like I just made it all come together as a whole. So yeah.
No wonder you
that's
call
funny.
it creations. Precious creations. You are a creative young lady.
Well, thank you very
And
much.
I don't want to give you an idea.
Okay.
Now,
See, there you go, Jack.
I gotta do this because it just doesn't exist. Now,
No.
and for all the men watching, I know all the men watching can appreciate this. Now, my wife has to wear the bonnet.
Okay.
We know about the bonnet,
Right.
and I absolutely loathe the bonnet. I
Okay.
love my wife,
Amen.
but that bonnet,
Is annoying.
worse than annoying.
I've heard.
You've heard, so you know anything about the bonnet?
I'm getting ready to learn
Okay.
a little bit more about the bonnet.
But your natural hair, you have to have that bonnet on, I guess, for moisture or whatever. So there's a new product out. It's called a slap or something like that. That's replacing the bonnet.
Right.
But perhaps there could be some kind of a bonnet with some hair on it that women could wear at night.
I'm gonna look into that one. I can't really
Oh, why
See
did you do
that one
that while
coming
we're
up?
taping? Oh,
I'm serious though.
I bet you are. And
I
I'm
am.
gonna entertain
That would be
one.
cool, I think.
I think so. We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
are y'all gonna do a contract after the show?
It sounds like it.
But back to the wigs though, because
Okay.
when I was growing up, wigs were, you could tell it was a wig.
Amen.
And you were saying, especially when you went to church.
Yes, yes.
But you were saying that your mom said, don't let
Make
it
'em look
look like a
wiggery.
wiggery. So how are you achieving that?
I went to Japan. My best friend is Korean, and she was dying of cancer. And there was a class, an 8-week class that was over in Japan, and she paid, her and her mom paid for me to go to Japan and take the 8-week class, which was all
Wow.
on making wigs. And that's how
So you studied making wigs in Japan.
Overseas.
yes, overseas.
How long did that take?
And they didn't want me there, truthfully.
Oh, really?
God forgive me. Yeah, they are truly in keeping it in their culture. So they didn't want to give the money back, so they let me go through it. And they didn't never speak to me until the last 2-3 days before
Wow.
graduation.
Really?
It was the first time they ever said a word.
So they wanted to
me.
keep wig manufacturing in their culture.
Yes.
Well, wig
what
making.
they do, the making of
Of
it,
it, yeah.
they wanted to keep that amongst
Is it a unique
themselves.
formula that they use
Oh,
or
yeah.
procedure that they use to make it?
Yeah.
And so
It's very unique.
you've captured that and mastered that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes, and it's been a blessing that it's taken me to meet a lot of stars. Like the first time I did Vivica Fox here, I was 20, and she was doing a TV show, and I was doing her makeup artist hair, and she had like a little dilemma, and she needed somebody, and my friend called me and was like, Precious, I need you to come and do a star's hair. She didn't tell me at the time, and when I got there and I seen it was Vivica Fox, I almost passed out, but she wound up being the most beautiful, coolest person that you could ever meet in
Well,
the
you know,
world.
she's an indie girl.
Yeah, she really
You know,
is.
she's an indie girl. And,
And
there's
she
something
loves
about-
Indianapolis.
Yes.
Trust me. Oh God, she's so for her hometown. No matter where she is, she's always letting everybody know that this is her home.
And you took care of the problem that day, and it's been...
And it's been a God bless ever since.
Yeah, outstanding.
Amen.
Outstanding.
I bet your mom is proud of you.
I believe she is.
I believe she is too.
I do. I really do.
So we want you all to stay tuned right here on WHMB Channel 40. We're here with Precious Brown, all the way from Dallas, Texas, and doing a tremendous job in the arena of arts and entertainment with not only styling hair, but making wigs in a different way, in the same way that the Japanese are doing it.
Right. She's doing it here.
She's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She needs to be commended. She came all the way from Texas to be with us today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the clothing.
Yes.
Now, it would appear that, and we'll talk about this in our next segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
But crocheting, my grandmother crocheted a lot, and she tried to show us, and we did a little bit. But you can kind of talk to us about how long it takes to do a whole outfit.
Okay.
Is that something that can be mass-produced and all those kind of things?
Okay.
We'd like to hear about that in our next segment. So
Okay.
stay tuned. We want to share some more information with you. We're glad that you joined us. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
And I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
So what do you think so far with what we have with our sister, Precious Brown?
I'm fascinated by Precious. She has a beautiful, I can see why she is successful. She has a beautiful personality and just a magnetic character. And that's why her business is moving the way it is, because she's got God in front of it. So anytime God is in something, you know, it might not come when you want it, but it comes right on time.
Amen.
So before the break, Precious, we were talking about how long it takes to finish something like what you have on today.
Depending on if I'm trying to do a color scheme, I say the shortest thing, the easiest thing to make rather, is a hat, because it'll take you somewhere like 35, 40 minutes to make something that simple. But the thing is I hate doing pillows or like blankets or something like that. I don't find any interest in it. I throw it to the side. But clothing, because I'm dying to see the uniqueness of it, I don't even put it down. It's like I think I'm going to sleep, wake up, and get right back into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're excited about what you're doing with clothing.
Yeah. I love the turnout.
How do you
of
maintenance
it.
an outfit like that?
Truthfully, I don't know how to read a pattern whatsoever. I'm a counter, so I sit somewhere and I count stitch, and it kind of goes from there.
Okay,
Like I know measurements of a
Right.
person's body or something, and if I don't, I'll make it stretchy to where it's stretched to the person's figure. So
Oh,
just
maybe
learning,
you need to make me some
just
things.
learning knitting, as they say, learning knitting and crocheting.
But now, how do you dry clean it, wash it? How do you?
You can wash it just like everything else. That's the
Really?
beautiful part of it, and it goes right back into shape. Doesn't
Really?
lose the shape.
Doesn't shrink or anything.
No, that's the beauty of it all.
You know, women can wear things that men can't wear. You know.
Truthfully, that's not true, because I have a men's line coming out.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
I had just used 2 gentlemen, and because I also mix my fabrics and stuff now with crocheting. So yeah, I do have pictures of that, and that took it to a whole different level.
Tell us where we can get those pictures. You have a website or something? Or something
Yes, Precious Creations with the K. My email is at gmail.com, and the website is Precious Creations with the K.
.com.
.com, yes.
Okay.
Precious
Creations.
With the K.
K.
With the
With
K.
the K.
.com.
Dot
And you
com.
have photographs of the
All of
different...
my work.
They have the
and,
men's line on there too, Precious?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me, what are you doing for men?
Pants, hats, scarves, shirts now. adding leathers and suedes to it, and taking it to a whole different level.
The crochet, leather mixed in there. That's
Mix
interesting.
it all in, just
And you're, I don't think I've seen it.
Well, what we
on
need
that
to have
level.
Precious do is we need to have Precious make some things for us, and we'll do a couple of more segments, bring her back. We'll be her models.
amen.
Yeah, we'll just model around the set.
You just model right on the
Sounds
set.
good to me.
Okay.
Wow.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
and we'll try to get some good sizes for
You
her.
need some of the stretch stuff.
Yeah, I probably need some of the stretch stuff. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I need to stretch. Yeah, probably after the show, I might go stretch a little more. But yeah, but Precious, this is beautiful. I mean, this is amazing. I am intrigued by what you have going on here.
Thank you
I
so
want to
much.
compliment you on it. You've been in Jet Magazine, 17.
Yes.
Magazine, Black, what is that?
Black Sophisticates.
Yeah, Precious Magazine, Passion Magazine, Glean.
Black Passion.
Yes, you've been around. You've been in all magazines. A lot of these
Yes.
magazines.
All the magazines started off from me doing hair, because I've been doing hair. Detroit is the hair capital, and I moved to Detroit because I wanted to really pursue it, and I did that and met the most beautiful people in Detroit. And I always still say, no matter where I'm from, Detroit is gonna always be my home, because it raised me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dudley, I see we had Dudley Beauty College.
Love Dudley.
Did you love it? Tell us about Dudley.
I met him personally. I went to the school. I took a lot of the classes. Amazing. Learned colors. That's what they're really known for, is coloring. And that was an amazing experience for me.
Wow.
My number one school that I graduated from was Douglas J. Aveda and Paul Mitchell. Douglas J. Aveda is where I got my license and everything from, and they teach you uniqueness in products, because they make all of their own products and stuff as well. And I've learned a lot on that segment too. Like, just God is, he just says, expand your mind and never say that it's the end, because if you put an end on something, you'll never know how far you can go in life. So that's my motto.
I like your quote, too. You see your quote? Be a visionary in your own life in due time.
Amen.
And you, of course, are a great example of how obedience to God pays off.
Yes. Oh.
And so for those who are watching who may have an idea that they are struggling with, may not think that they can get any traction with it, what would you say to them?
Never stop believing. Never give up on self. And never, ever, no matter what it is, doubt God, because he is totally always speaking and we're not always listening. So I always tell people, when we get in situations and we don't have the answers, it's because God had already spoke. But we as people, we don't open our hearts to take in what's being said, and we see it as a stopper. So it's never that God is not there, because he's always there. It's just that we have to learn how to be obedient enough and respect God's decision for us, because when we all were made, God had already made our path.
We just got to find it.
Yeah, and follow it out.
Yeah. So excited about what God is doing with you. What an incredible testimony.
Amen.
From the time that you discovered your mother dying of cancer, and the information and the encouragement she gave you
Yeah, and
to
you
do
know,
something different.
the crazy part about that I really wanted to be known, is that I used to beg my mom all the time when I was doing hair before she passed away, like, Mom, let me do your hair, let me do your hair. She'd be like, okay. She was like, on my most important day, and she had wrote a letter to my grandma, and she had passed already, and the letter had said to tell Precious it's her time to do my hair. And I thought it was going to be like the most hardest thing in the world to do, was my mom's hair, for her funeral and everything. And I had prayed about it, and my friend was supposed to, do my mom's nails and stuff, and she passed out, because my mom loved her like a daughter. And I did her nails, her her feet. I cut her hair, I colored her hair, I curled it, and I was like totally amazed that I made it through. But I knew that that was God showing me that, baby, all you gotta do is know that I'm right here with you. And there's no path that you can go on that's too hard.
Let me tell you, Precious, you don't know the strength you have until you have to use it.
Amen.
All
That's
right.
it.
And I know
That's
that
it.
those of you who are watching will be encouraged to hear Precious' testimony. You can go to her website, preciouscreationswithak.com to find out more about her products and
Don't
order
forget.
something.
Yeah, and don't forget,
That's right.
Pastor Jackson and I are going to do a fashion show with Precious Creations.
Amen.
We want you to get we want you to do a short set. We want you to wear a short set.
That's okay.
Since I got to get a stretch
Well,
set.
this is a Christian
Yeah, right.
family show.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we're going to be able to do it. But thank you so much.
Precious, God bless you.
God bless.
And thank you for joining us here on Real People, Real Voices today. We hope that you enjoyed the program. We hope to see you next time. God bless. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson,
And I'm Pastor Wayne Moore, co-host.
And I'm Faith McKinney.
executive producer, and our guest.
It's R.W. Sims.
So, great couple of segments there with new fashion, and Precious Brown sharing with us some of the things that she's doing.
Amazing story. I mean, when I heard her story, when I met her, I knew that her spirit needed to be seen, you know, and felt by everyone. So I said, you got to come on the show. You got to
Yeah.
come on. And, you know, she came all the way from Texas. You know, she's got a big heart. And this is the true Precious.
Amazing story of survival.
Absolutely. And obedience and faith in God.
You know, RW, when you're talking to someone like Precious who have had to endure some amazing challenges
Amazing.
and to be able to emerge
Yes.
on a worldwide stage.
Yes. I was at a loss, and I was actually emotionally when she shared the part about her mom, and she's really a person of faith and spiritual strength. You know, I don't know if I could have done what she has done. And she is very committed, and that's something that is very inspirational to me, that she could be one that have been in it for such a short period of time, but yet done so much. It's just incredible.
Yeah. You know, Dr. Moore, she's going to come back, hopefully,
Yes, he's going to come back and
with a couple of pieces for us to wear.
yes, and we're going to wear them, Jackson. I'm
If-
telling you up front.
That's if Channel 40 will allow us.
Oh yeah, they'll be.
It's going to have a lot of leather.
Yeah, Christian designed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be here to support that young lady. I think she needs to be commended for coming all the way.
Sure.
But for her to have the personality that she has, she's going to go a long way. If she just keeps her hand in his hand, she's going to be okay.
And from what she is saying, I mean, just talking about God and God's guidance and her
Yes.
obedience
Yes.
to what God has called her to do is
Yes.
just amazing.
And
Wonderful
she's real
spirit.
about it. Real about it,
Yeah.
and I think that's what's so good about it. There are a lot of people who talk about it, but you can see it in her and feel it in her that she's
Yes.
real about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we want to thank you for joining us on today's show. Please go to our YouTube channel, WHMB TV 40, to watch this show and other shows that you might have missed. Please tell your relatives, family, and friends that they can see this show on Sundays at 6:30 and on Wednesday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.
We love you.
We love you.